Hi.
It's been such an amazing spring season. We're moving into summer, and we're seeing a lot of people in our practices, in our treatment work, who are coming with pain, with a lot of
That's right.
pain,
That's right.
joint pain, especially hip pain,
Yeah, shoulder,
shoulders, a lot of shoulders, right?
neck.
Um, and so, helping people create conditions for health when they're feeling that intense discomfort and pain is
Right.
a very interesting balance, how we turn our eyes towards health away from discomfort, how we sort of really want to get rid of the pain, not just manage the pain. And how do you connect that to the medical qigong treatment work that we do and to the qigong practices that we offer?
Yeah, I know that's like a whole. It's like a whole big arena we're jumping into. But for me, it's like when somebody comes in and they're in intense pain. Let's say they've had this pain for a while.
Yeah.
What I see is their how they've organized themselves. We do this too. Everybody does this. You organize yourself around the pain and the discomfort and the limitation. So
Mm,
your thinking, your awareness, your consciousness is all about the problem. The
mhm,
problem has started to define how you think. And
mhm,
then we know that deep healing that we're looking for happens when we shift this completely and reconnect to the promise of health. And health is not that you can never have pain and be healthy, but health is something that emerges naturally from what we say, the inner balance inside the body. It comes from inside out, right? From the balance that happens inside our body and having enough chi. So it's very tricky to, on the one hand, you really want to acknowledge that the client, the person, is suffering, and that suffering is real. Like that's not a they're not that's real. That's their life, and at the same time want to find a way to build a bridge to thinking about it differently,
mhm,
where we can remind people that their body knows how to heal itself, and then when the body does that, these conditions will go away,
mhm.
and that's what we see over and over again. So I mean that's the big picture, right? I mean, is that how you see it too, or do you have a different view on it?
No, I actually, what just popped into mind, what were in your early years, you and I had a lot of conversations in your early years of working with clients who were in chronic pain, even before you came into this practice,
That's right.
sort of understanding the biological pain
Yeah.
and the deep sort of ramifications that pain habit
Yeah.
has on so many systems. That's what really was coming to mind for me. And
Yeah.
then the other thing that kind of popped to mind was, is that five element chart behind you, how things have to move in natural cycles,
Yeah.
and how part of movement, part of the movement of the pain might not be the immediate relief from pain, but might be the addition of something that helps support our happiness, our peace, and our calm, even while the pain is still continuing on. Because we know if we can experience a sense of balance somewhere in our bodies, that rootedness is really going to help a long-term shift at the root cause of where that pain has gotten stuck. And
Yeah.
that's where qigong practice, I think, comes in too.
Yeah. Say more about that because I think so too. Yeah.
Um, I think that the qigong practice naturally moves our bodies physically so that we can connect to the energy support. So we want to bring support in for pain at the energetic level. We want it to act on all of the functions in our body holistically, and that's what Qigong can do. The Qigong that we do in the Dragon's Way Qigong program is a very holistic sort of overall balancing act for your body from head to toe. And so even without trying to think your way, manage your way out of the pain, just by creating more energetic balance, the pain naturally begins to shift. Flexibility increases. Your energetic foundation strengthens. And so many other good things can happen that you haven't even begun to imagine. That's
Yeah,
how
that's
I
right.
see it. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So, I'm thinking like we do have people in our Dragon's Way Qigong classes who come in who have restricted movement because of pain.
Mhm.
Maybe it's a hip issue, like you said at the beginning, or sometimes a shoulder problem, and we're doing these movements and we're encouraging people to do them. And their inclination is to share with us, I'm really guarding that. I've been guarding that and not doing these movements that you're suggesting because when I do that, I hurt. And even if I'm concerned that if I do these movements, I'm going to hurt for 3-4 days afterwards. And truthfully, we can't say to them with 100% certainty that you won't.
Mhm.
What we can say is what you've said, is that the reason the problem exists has to do with a variety of imbalances in your body, and these movements address that. So eventually your body will get stronger inside out, and that problem will become less profound, less bothersome. And that's what happens.
Mhm.
And so we ask people to say, well, you signed up for the class, do the movements, do the practice best you can, do the practice, and then let's see what happens. And many times people are shocked that after one or even two classes, they see a very significant improvement, and they don't understand it because it just flies in the face of what they had been doing, which might have been helping them some. I mean, people do what they do to try and help. So they might have been managing, but they don't see this kind of shift. And then it opens up a lot of questions and curiosity about, well, what is this? What's going on? And that's what we really like. That's what you and I have gone through, that kind of deep curiosity about what is going on here that I've never quite experienced before.
Right.
And then we can start to talk about, there's chi and there's the 5 element relationships and things that are hidden from the observable practice. You do the practice, this looks like movement. It's a movement practice.
Mhm.
Then we have to say, but no, it's a meridian stretching, meridian level practice.
Mhm.
That means it's not physical exercise anymore. So, that comes later as people start to get curious about the changes they notice.
Mhm.
And, when we, on the practice side, then we say we have to practice because we have to shift this deep pattern that we have of being organized around limitation and the problem.
And as you're talking, I'm thinking that what you said about managing, guarding themselves, I
Yeah.
think that people come for energetic support because something is saying to them, the way I'm guarding my pain is not healthy.
Yeah.
And they can see it physically. We can see it physically. When our back feels stiff, we walk in a different way. That throws off our knee or our
Yeah.
ankle or our shoulder. So we know that trying to maintain the pain in a quiet way, well, maybe if I can just maintain it at this level, I'm afraid to do anything that's going to make it go, increase, right? That's what you were saying, the fear of the pain. But so we're trying to hold it at this level. And in doing that, we're changing other, physical, responses to the pain. We walk differently, our feet start to hurt differently, so instinctively we know that guarding the pain is not a healthy response, is not going to create more health. And that's really what I think we're about with the
Yeah.
qigong. Yeah.
That's right. And then, I'm listening to you. It's funny because we do this back and forth. You're talking. So where I went is, to the really big picture,
Yeah.
and the really big picture has to do with love, because you can't love fully if you're guarded. So that guarding it looks like it's just like a physical thing again, but it's much bigger than that. It becomes how you walk in the world. It becomes how you operate in the world. You're carrying around this guardedness. It looks like for good reason, but it starts to echo and reflect in your life that you're now in a state where you really can't be open. So therefore you can't really have this kind of free, open, loving relationship first with yourself, and then feel it expanding out into the world, which is really what Qigong gives us the opportunity to do, right? We're talking about the season of the heart and the summer and opening the heart. Like that's what we're really aiming to do. And then, in order to do that, we have to face, why do I not love my shoulder? Why am I guarding?
We are going to continue that on that thread next week. That's so beautiful. I'm right with you.
Good,
And
good. Me too. Good.
absolutely. That's
Yeah.
your dragonness that we count on the dragon connection. Thank you.
Good.
All right, everybody, have a great day. Enjoy the warm weather ahead, and Larry, we'll see you soon.
Perfect. Bye,
Bye,
everybody.
everybody.